In a press release from the United States Department of Justice on November 29, an Indian intelligence official has been accused of planning and directing a plot from India to allegedly kill Khalistan separatist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun in New York. The plot allegedly involved another Indian citizen, Nikhil Gupta, and two individuals, a source and a hitman, who turned out to be undercover US officers. Here is what we know so far. According to the DOJ release earlier this year, an Indian government employee known as CC1 allegedly directed a plot to assassinate a US citizen of Indian origin, an attorney and political activist residing in New York City, and Nikhil Gupta is said to be an associate of CC1. CC1 is an Indian government agency employee who has variously described himself as a senior field officer with responsibilities in security management and intelligence, and who has also referenced previously serving in India's Central Reserve Police Force and receiving officer training in battlecraft and weapons, the DOJ statement said. The plot was foiled through a dramatic turn of events. Gupta, acting under CC1's direction, contacted an individual he believed to be a criminal associate. Unbeknownst to him, this person was an undercover US law enforcement officer. A deal of $100,000 were brokered to carry out the job. After initial payments were made, CC1 provided Gupta with personal information about the victim, including victim's home address in New York City, phone numbers associated with the victim, and details about the victim's day-to-day conduct, which Gupta then passed on to the undercover officer, who he believed was a hitman, the DOJ said. Gupta asked the hitman to carry out the assassination as soon as possible, but also specifically instructed him not to commit the murder around the dates of, and I quote, around the time of anticipated engagements scheduled to occur in the ensuing weeks between high-level US and Indian government officials. After the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in June outside a Gurudwara in British Columbia, Canada, Gupta allegedly told the hitman that Nijjar was also the target and we have so many targets. CC1 sent Gupta a news article about the victim and messaged Gupta, "It's a priority now," the DOJ alleged. The alleged target, referred to as victim, is a New York-based attorney and a vocal critique of Indian government. The victim leads an organization advocating for secession of Punjab. Recent reports suggest that target may be Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. India, in its response, said,
Look, as you would have seen, as we have informed earlier, during the course of discussions with the US on bilateral security cooperation, the US side has shared some inputs pertaining to nexus between organized criminals, gun runners, terrorists, other extremists. We take, of course, such inputs very seriously, and a high-level inquiry committee has been constituted to look into all the relevant aspects of the matter. And necessary follow-up action will be taken based on the findings of the inquiry committee. You would have seen this in our statements that we have issued. We cannot share any further information on such security matters. As regards the case against an individual that has been filed in a US court, allegedly linking him to an Indian official, this is a matter of concern. We have said, and let me reiterate, that this is also contrary to government policy. The nexus between organized crime, trafficking, gun running, and extremists at an international level is a serious issue for law enforcement.
Not much is known about Nick Gupta except that he is an Indian national. Czech authorities arrested and detained him on June 30 this year pursuant to the bilateral extradition treaty between the United States and the Czech Republic.